Hello, my name is Serhat Ekinci, and I work in editorial development at Read Business Information. We were a business magazine publisher. We're now an online business information company because we make more than half our revenue online these days. It's almost impossible to imagine what this business will be like and how our relationships with our customers will be handled in 5 years. In the three and a half years I've been working actively in bringing social media to how we operate internally and externally, the business has already started to change beyond recognition. This time last year, our commercial property title estates Gazette, everyone was heading off to the big commercial property show inside of France, MIPIM, and there was just the first tentative steps of the industry of social media, a little bit of blogging, a little bit of Twitter. This year, this morning, the day before the conference actually starts, MIPIM was already trending in some parts of the world. So even in the most hidebound and slow-moving industry technologically, we're seeing social media making big inroads into how people choose to communicate. Now, obviously, this has implications for us as a company that's always been involved in communication. How do we, when people can communicate more directly, one-to-one, from client, supplier, designer, architect, farmer, livestock breeder, feed manufacturer, aviation enthusiast, plane builder, plane customer, airline runner, all of these people, when they can start to communicate directly one-to-one, what is the role for a company like ours in that? Facilitating communications, helping people find particular niches and groups of information they want, feeding information into that social pool that isn't easily available. All of these sort of models of things where we are having to explore. But there's no doubt that actually our business has become more sophisticated. Publishing used to be a very broadband business in the sense that you had to publish to as wide a group of people as possible. Actually, in this era, we're finding much more narrowband communications, so focusing down on particular groups of individuals in industry, starting to see our industries in much more sophisticated ways as different groups of individuals with different interests, different alignments, different personality types, different ways of interacting are becoming increasingly important in how we do our business. In a sense, social media has brought social back into these communication processes, and social communications are complicated, multifaceted, and there are different sorts of them. So the range of tools we're having to use to interact, wanting to use to interact with the people we serve is growing, I wouldn't say week by week, but certainly month by month. And whereas, say, 3 years ago, we think about we need to put this platform in and that platform in, and we're job done, that seems very clearly not to be the case. And we need to have this sort of continuous assessment right across the spectrum of tools we provide, general tools that are out there, tools other people provide, and how we present our services, how our people interact across this whole spread. Again, that's another mindset change for us, because before it's always been about our magazine, our product, doing it in our place. And now we've got to accept that those definitions have far less meaning on the social web. An individual page on the web, although it may be nominally part of our site, is actually just part of the whole internet. And equally, a page somewhere else or a served up message somewhere else, even though it's not originating on our servers, may well still be part of our offering. It's a very interesting world. But the one good thing that comes out of it, particularly for the journalism side of our business, is this: it actually brings us back to some of the very basic principles that we've almost lost in the past. In that communities, and a journalist serving those communities, there's a word for that. It's a beat journalism. We've talked about it for years, we've sort of lost track of it. And actually, by going back to that, by the journalists being very entwined in their community, be that face-to-face, be that online, doesn't matter. There's just those good basic skills of being part of your community and providing services into it. Those hold true. These are new tools of doing it, and in fact, actually a much more richer and personally rewarding way of doing it.
It's done. Yep.